Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. I've got a question for you. Are your standards too high? Do your friends and family members tell you that you're too picky? Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention. Now, before we go any further, I want to let you know that I believe you should be picky. If you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone, you should have high standards. And there should be certain things that you are absolutely clear on. And if you don't get them, you should be willing to walk away and walk away quickly. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about something I see all the time with a lot of members of our GPS for Love community. And that's one of two things. The one thing is they're just too picky. They've got this laundry list of 32 qualities and characteristics. And if the man doesn't meet every single freaking thing on that list, it's like, nope, I just can't make it happen. Well, you know what? If that's you, you need to take some mirror time and take a good look in the mirror, because you're being a little too picky. Sorry to break the bubble, but that's the truth. And then on the other end, I see all the time the women who aren't picky enough. They'll take any guy who comes along who's got a testicle, a penis, and a heartbeat. The reality is you need a lot more than that. If you're going to spend the rest of your life, if that's your goal, to have a great relationship, you need a man that's going to give you certain things. There are things that think of it like food, water, and air. You need those things to survive. Well, you know what? There are certain qualities and characteristics. I call them the essential needs. There are those things that you absolutely positively must have. And the more clear you are on those things, the easier it will be for you to find and attract the kind of guy that you're looking for. The easier it will be for you to recognize when the guy is a good guy and the right guy and when he's not. So I'm a big believer that you damn well better be picky. But there's a difference between being smart and being unrealistic. If you have this laundry list of all these qualities and all the characteristics, and you walk away because the guy's teeth aren't perfect, or he's got a little bit of flab around his belly, then you might want to take a good look in the mirror. Because when you're sick, when you have troubles, when you have financial troubles, is that stuff really going to matter? Now, I get that. There was a time in my life, 100% transparent, I was very picky. And everybody in my life told me I was too picky. So you know what? I started paying attention and I said, you know what? Maybe I should listen. So I compromised a little. Actually, I compromised too much. And I went from having these really high standards to really having very minimal. It's like if the girl wanted to be with me and have a relationship with me and, I liked her and, the sex was good, it's like, okay, we're on the same page. And that completely blew up in my face. So I say it's a lot like this. Remember Goldilocks and the Three Bears? It's where she sat down to eat the porridge, and it's like she ate the first one, it was like too hot. And then she ate the other one, and it was too cold. And then she ate the last, and said, this is just right. Well, that's the way it needs to work. If your standards are too high, it's not going to work because nobody will ever live up to them. That's the truth. But if you have no standards and they're too low, you're going to be attracting and getting into relationships with guys who will never make you happy. But if your standards are realistic and they're right on target and you are clear on what your needs are, then it'll be so much easier for you to have that relationship that you ultimately desire and deserve. So here's a little homework. Okay, it's some mirror time. So I want you to take a good look in that mirror and really look at how you've done things. Take a look at your past as an observer without any judgment and see, have you been too picky? Are your standards a little too unrealistic? Or have you not been picky enough? You just will take any guy who comes along. Because again, it's not a mistake if you learn from it. If you simply observe what you've possibly been doing wrong, that will lead you to the answers that will help you to do things right. So I want you to take that time, really go back, take a look as an observer, and I want you to see what you find. And then what I want you to do is I want you to share. See, the GPS for Love community is a safe place for you to receive the guidance and the support that will help you create that great relationship. But until you start recognizing where you're possibly going wrong and you see what you need to learn and do differently, you're going to keep going around in this circle of mediocre and crappy relationships. So that's your homework. It's time to go do it. Love to hear from you. As always, it's an honor and privilege. I'll see you next time. Much